KL Publications presents The Dogons, the Song of the Pale Fox. In the heart of Mali, beneath the vast expanse of the Baldigara cliffs, the air buzzed with the life of the Dogon people. The dry earth, cracked from years of arid winds, held secrets passed down from the ancestors. The village was a constellation of mud brick homes, their walls adorned with geometric carvings that told stories of the universe's birth and the balance between creation and destruction. Life here was deeply connected to the rhythms of the earth and sky, to the eternal dance of order and chaos. One evening, under the fading sun, a young boy named Yarrow knelt beside his grandfather, Old Bandi, in the shades of the granary. The granary was no ordinary storehouse. It was the symbol of the womb of Amma, the supreme deity who had crafted the universe from a single word. Every grain stored inside was a reminder of the cycles of life, birth, and death. Tonight, under the watchful gaze of Sirius, Yarrow was to learn the most important story of his people, the tale of the pale fox and the Nommo. Old Bandi's voice, deep and gravelly, carried the weight of many years, yet it still held the melody of the ancient myths. He mentioned to the horizon, where the first stars began to glimmer. "Do you see the dark star, Yarrow?" He asked, his eyes twinkling with knowledge of centuries. Yarrow nodded eagerly, his young mind brimming with curiosity. "That is serious?" Old Bandi continued. "It is more than just a star. It is the home of the Nommo, the bringers of knowledge and order and life." Yarrow had heard of the Nommo before, the amphibious being who had come from the stars to guide humanity. In Dogon lore, they were the keepers of wisdom, the balance to the chaos of the world. But tonight, Old Bandi would speak of another being, one whose role was equally important but often misunderstood. The pale fox, Old Bandi began, was Amma's first creation. But he was not born of order like the Nommo. No, he came too soon, a being of chaos, born before his time. His name is Ogo, and his presence brought disorder to the cosmos. He ran wild, disrupting the plans of Amma, seeking knowledge and power before the world was ready for it. Yarrow shuddered at the thought. The pale fox had always frightened him, a figure of mischief and destruction, but his grandfather's tone was not one of fear. There was of respect there, even admiration. "You see, Yarrow," Old Bandi continued, "without Ogo, without the pale fox, there would be no balance. The Nommo bring order, yes, but without chaos, there can be no change, no growth. It is Ogo who challenges us, who forces us to evolve, to find new paths in the face of uncertainty. He is the spark that ignites creation." Yarrow's young mind struggled to grasp the meaning of his grandfather's words. How could chaos, something so feared, be necessary? Old Bandi, sensing his grandson's confusion, smiled and stood, motioning for Yarrow to follow. Together they climbed a small hill that overlooked the village, and as they reached the top, the full night sky unfolded before them. "Look at the stars," Old Bandi said, pointing to the stars. "What do you see?" "I see order," Yarrow replied. "The stars are like grains in the granary, all in their places, all shining." Old Bandi nodded. "Yes, they seem ordered. But what happens when you watch them long enough?" Yarrow thought for a moment. "They move?" "They move," Old Bandi repeated. "The universe is always in motion, Yarrow. The Nommo keep things in place, but the pale fox ensures that nothing stays in the same place for too long. That is balance. The Dogon people understand this balance It is written in the stars and in the earth beneath our feet. The pale fox, old Bandy explained, was not simply a figure of chaos, but opportunity. His rebellion against Amma's order was not an act of evil, but one of necessity. Ogo had stolen the gram from the granary of Amma, scattering it across the cosmos. But in doing so, he had made life possible. The stars in the sky, the rivers on the earth, the very breath in the lungs, all were as a result of the cosmos or the cosmetic destruction. Without Ogo, there would be no creation, Old Bandy said, his voice filled with reverence. It is the chaos that allows Amma seed to grow, just as the field must be tilled and disturbed for crops to take root. The pale fox brings disorder, yes, but it's in that disorder that lies the potential for all things. As Yarrow listened, he began to understand the duality his grandfather spoke of. The pale fox and the Nommo were not enemies. They were two sides of the same coin, two forces that worked in tandem to shape the universe. The Dogon people, through their rituals and symbols, honored both the order of the Nommo and the chaos of the pale fox. The next day, Yarrow followed Old Bandy to the ceremonial grounds. It was the time of the Sigwai, a great Dogon ritual that took place every 60 years, aligning with the cycles of Sirius. As the drumming began, Yarrow watched the dancers, their movements fluid and graceful, representing the Nommo's harmony. But then came the wild, unpredictable leaps of the pale fox, embodied by the masked dancers who whirled and spun with abandon, their steps chaotic yet beautiful. In the rhythm of the dance, Yarrow saw the truth of his grandfather's words. The Dogon people did not fear the pale fox. They embraced him, knowing that without his wild energy, life would stagnate. The dance was a celebration of balance, a reminder that both order and chaos were needed to keep the world turning. As the night wore on, and the stars of Sirius shone brightly overhead, Yarrow felt a deep connection to the cosmos, to the pale fox and the Nommo, to Amma's seed that had birthed the universe. He understood now that life was not meant to be predictable or easy. It was a dance between forces, a constant interplay of creation and destruction, of order and chaos. And in that dance, Yarrow found in his place, not as a boy afraid of the pale fox, but as a Dogon who walked the delicate line between the known and the unknown, between Earth and the stars. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe.